Good morning, everyone. Just going to wait here a few minutes till people start popping up and then we'll get started. I'll be right back. So today we're going to be working on the Cosmo Cricket, what do they call them? They're wood. And I have gone ahead and painted mine. This is going to go in my bathroom, so I wanted it to match the colors in there. So I painted it green, and I just did the outer edge. These come with a self-adhesive edge, and we're going to put paper on that so you don't have to worry about painting that. Just make sure you mark which is the top so that you're not decorating it upside down, because that would be a problem. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is put my paper on the edges of these, and these are 4 inches by 1 inch, so I cut some strips of paper that will fit that, and you can ink them if you want. I think I will. I think I'm gonna ink them in my favorite vintage photo. That way the whites of your paper are not going to show. And then if you want to make sure that they're going to stick, which I don't want them coming off, I'm going to go ahead and add an adhesive to the paper before I put them down. Then once again, I cut these at 4 inches by 1 inch to fit the smaller one. And I'm using just some paper that I had in my stash. It is a paper from Blue Fern Studio. And it just takes maybe 1-2 pages at the most. Grab my garbage can so I can throw my stuff away as I go. Oops. Don't do that. They stick. And it's a pretty aggressive tape that they've got on here. Just line it up and stick it down. And I do have a few more of these pieces left in the store. And you can just use your leftover bits and pieces from some of your collection and just use it up. So we've all got medals and flowers and things like that that are left over. So this is a good way to use them up and make a great decorative piece for your house or for a gift or whatever you'd like to use it for. And I got it all laid out and I just took a picture of the layout that I liked. So you can play around with it and get it just like you like it before you start putting pieces down. It's got a little bit of a hangover on it, so I'm just going to get my craft knife and trim it back a little bit. And then if you see any white edges, you can just go back through and ink it and fill it in. Set that aside. And then we're going to do the same thing with the large piece. And I cut these 10 inches because this is a 10-inch tray. 10-inch square. So I cut these 10 inches by 1 inch because the edges are 1 inch. And then you just need to find the starting point where it peels. I think this one I'm just gonna peel back the first part of it. Just lay my piece down. All the excess paint is flaking off. I think I forgot to put tape on that one, but that's okay. And this little tool that I'm using is the Perfect Trim tool, and it's great for tearing your edges of tape straight on the edge of your paper. We're just going to line that up. Hi, Beverly. I am making an altered tray. We're just gonna, these are Cosmo Cricut wood trays, and we're just gonna alter it for a home decor piece. How are you today? And I do have these available in the store, and the store's web address is www.scrapadabadoo, and that's SCRAPADABADOO.com. And I have pre-painted this so that it was dry. And you just have to paint the tops and just a little bit on the inside so that when you put your paper in, it'll cover. You don't need to do the outside edges because, as you can see, we're putting paper on the outside. And the outside pieces, like I said, for this one, I already did the small one, and those are 4 by 1 for all 4 sides. And this is 10 by 1. So I'm just going to go back and trim off the little edges that are sticking out on the edge, just with my craft knife. Okay, that seems to be all. So then we're going to go back and ink up our edges so that they're not white. So, and as I said before, you're going to want to mark what the top is so that it's laying on your desk to work in. And you won't have your hanger on the bottom or side or something. It'll be at the top. It's always a good idea. So then I'm going to stick my paper down inside, and I've cut them, and you'll have to measure them just in case, make sure that they fit. And I always do a dry fit before I put them down in there. You can ink the edges or not, that's up to you. Hi, Sheila. Thank you for joining. And then I'm just going to use my art glitter glue and just go around the edges. And stick it down in there. Push down so it fits tight. I'm glad you found me, Sheila. I don't know how else to publicize this other than just on our Facebook page. So then I also cut out another piece, and I'm just using scrap paper that I've got in my stash. one that fits my decor. And so I pre-cut the paper to fit down inside. And we're gonna ink the edges. And I forget what these are called. They're Cosmo Cricut trays. And I don't think this is going to come out once you get it put in there, but it's gluing it down is a good idea. All right. So I'd taken a picture of this earlier because like I said, I figured it all out. So I want to go back and look at my picture. Let me get it back up. And see, here's the picture of what we'll be making. So we're going to just start assembling it and playing around with it and making it all great. Let me adjust my camera, take off the autofocus because it seems to be wonky. Okay, that should make it better. I get lost if I don't take a picture. And I had taken, we just got these in, they're the Prima shutters. And I actually took the little screws out on the one side and put my paper down on it and then put the screws back in so that it captures that. And I glued it down on there. So we're going to put the shutter right up in the corner here. And this piece, it also has tape on the back of it, so you can stick them down. And so I'm going to use that, but I'm also going to use some glue on the back of it just to make sure it doesn't fall out. So we're going to go ahead and put this in. And this one doesn't matter which direction it's going because you're not going to use the hanger. So just use some glue on it, make sure it's going to stay. And I'm snugging it right up into this corner. And then I've taken a little half flower pot, and I've got these in the store, and I painted it to match some of the colors in the paper. And we're just gonna glue it down. And let it set a minute, and then we can start filling it with our flowers. But you want the glue to dry a little bit before you start pushing on it. And I'm just centering that into my smaller square. Let it sit a minute so that it will not move when we start putting our flowers in it. I'm going to heat up my glue gun. I think I want to use it on some of the pieces that are there. Sheila, did you get your recipe kit from last week? And I just pulled a bunch of stuff I had left over from some of these collections that you've gotten, Prima mostly, and some graphic 45 and some flowers, and I cut out a butterfly out of one of the Tim Holtz dies and put it together, two of them, to make it dimensional. And then just gathered up the flowers that I thought I wanted to use. And some other little gitchy-goos. So let's go ahead. We're going to glue that down because I know I want it right in the corner. And the shutter comes already finished like this. It's already aged and antiqued. Those recipe cards are very cute, and we have to thank Janny for making them for us. All right. So I want to start laying my leaves out before I put my flowers down. And I just want them spread sporadically in the background. I think I want one more. Comes down here. So we can close that shutter while we work on the flower pot here. And this is where I think I want to use my glue gun. Of course, we have to have lots of flowers. It looks like a full vase, doesn't it? Just want to make sure my leaves are placed in a spot that they're going to actually show when I put my flowers on. Put a little glue on there. Stick them down. Okay, so now we're going to go back with the flowers. I'll start with a red one in the center. And then I'll work the other ones around it. Oof, that's the one bad thing about a glue gun. as you get the glue wispies all over. But I think it holds it much better than just some regular glue, and it dries a little faster too. Lift up some of those other petals. And then I think I need one more. I think that'll do it. And those come together pretty quickly. And I think I want to dress up my vase a little bit. So I'm going to get some bling. Shiny is always good. Okay, and I'm just going to run a bead of glue across here. And the nice thing about this art glitter glue is it dries clear. So you won't see it after it dries, but it'll hold this pretty darn well. Okay, I like that. Just dresses it up a little bit more. So then, just going to take and start placing some things. Like I said, I had all these bits and pieces left over from a Prima project that I did. And then I had a second piece of this paper, so I cut out the second butterfly, and I'm going to pop it up with some dimensional tape. I'm going to find the rest of my little gitchy goos here. They seem to have ran away. Oh, there they are. Oh, no, I want those on here. My theme in my half bath, I've got bicycles in there. And so I thought this bicycle in there was going to be pretty cute and it'll match everything. Okay, so just get a few more of these little things and just throw it around and see where you like it. Oh, I think I like that butterfly there. I'm going to go ahead and put that down. Isn't that flower pot cute? I love those little half ones. They make for great decorating on some of these kind of things. Add my butterfly to the pot. I think that looks really cute. I think it all looks really cute. Now, most of these Prima things that you have, and I'm sure we all have them, they have a tape on the back, but they're not a very aggressive tape. So I always make sure I add a little bit more to them before I stick them down. Put that one in there. And these come together really fast. Like I said, I put it together first and then took a picture of what I had so that when I came back today to put it all together, it would go together fairly quickly. And you can add as much or as little as you want. Oops, I don't think I took the paper off that one. I sure didn't. That wouldn't have lasted long. Okay, and some of these I think I want to ink the edges of them before I put them down. Is that better, Sheila? Sorry. Sorry about that. Get to working on things and put it close to my body. Kind of an album are you working on, Sheila? I am going to be working on a pumpkin album next. So, and then there's just some little bingo numbers that I had that I'm just gonna throw in here. They don't mean anything, but they're cute little elements. Okay, so I'm gonna add my clock. Get all these on and then we'll do the butterfly. I should probably be using my hot glue gun for this. But I think by the time I'm done, it will stick and be just fine. Oh, thanks, Sheila. So let's go ahead and add this butterfly. And I've inked the edges on this one already. And then we're just gonna use some foam tape. Still feel guilty because I have not finished the album that I was working on a year and a half ago for my mother-in-law. Kind of set it down and just couldn't make myself get started on it again. You know what? I think I want 2 layers of foam so it pops up a little bit more. This is a great project. Be a great housewarming gift. You could put the family name up in the shutters. Got a niece that's getting married in August, and I was thinking about making her one. Put our ticket on. It really is a quick project once you get it all laid out and know what you want. That was the one thing that I did do when we redid the kitchen, is I went through every room in the house and got things organized and figured out where things were, and so now I'm pretty well set. I have no excuses not to craft. Well, that oozed a little bit, so I'm just going to wipe it off. I don't think I need all that excess. Okay. So now for my big butterfly. I don't want it to take over and completely cover my thing, but I do want it to cover. I think this one I am gonna use my hot glue gun on so that it doesn't go anywhere. Let it dry a minute, and then we'll start doctoring up the insides of the butterflies. Had some little tiny beads. Oh, here they are. Some of the little Prima beads. Yeah, I bet it has been. I just couldn't get into it for the longest time. After we lost Mom, I think I felt just kind of lost. So let's go ahead and put some beads on here. See if I can pour some of them on there without actually making a huge mess of it. What do you think? Think I can do it? Hopefully this glue will catch it. They don't roll all over my desk and create a mess. You're doing pretty good. Few that are falling away, I think I can catch them. Just push them into line where I want them. I think I need a little more glue down here to catch them. Ooh, they're falling all over. Oh, a few got caught. They're like little drippies of honey falling off of there. So I'll just turn it over and they'll fall over, the ones that didn't stick. And then they'll come off. Right? Beads all over the place. I know that doesn't show up very much, but they do add some dimension and glitter to it. I think we'll do the same thing in the center of this one. Be a little thicker on that one. My luck, if I use the jar, I'd end up with the whole jar of stuff all over everything. Then it'd be a real mess. But this way I can only make sure a few are going out at a time. There. And like I say, when this all dries, I'll turn it over and dump the little beady things out and let it go. I can't decide if I need something else in here or not. So far it looks pretty good. There they go. Oh, one of my things didn't stick. It's because I forgot to put glue on it. Okay, how's that? Now you always think, well, maybe I'll keep going, maybe I won't. And then sometimes you feel like you're adding too much. But I think I like that. My little Winka Stella pen, see if I got anything left in it. If not, I might have to get a new one. And just add some shimmer into this butterfly. On the wings, not much. Hang on, I need a new Wink of Stella pen. Good. I like the clear one the most, but I love the brown one for when I do my coffee stuff. It's a great brown, and it's shimmery and shiny, and take the little cap out of here. Shake it up well. Get it flowing down there. Here it comes. Oops. Okay. So we got it all done. So we'll just add some more shimmer. I don't think you can see it very much, but it does add some into it. Get this a little bit more. Circles and maybe just on some of these lines. Just sporadic. Turn it over and add it to the other side. You want to be careful when you're doing it because sometimes it'll drip. Oh, nice thing about this is you don't have to be perfect with it. Just add some shimmer here and there along your edges and some of the lines. I like it. I like it a lot. So maybe I should do a couple up on this one too. I need to get a oh, I like that. And I did ink this butterfly. And this is one of those Tim Holtz ones where it comes with the die and the embossing folder. So if you need one and don't have one, let me know, because we can always take care of that. So I don't know if you can see the shimmer that's giving it. Oh, there. It does give it some shimmer. You can see it now. Just enough. Not too much. With these Wink of Stella pens, so you want to make sure you shake them. And that'll mix the glitter into the clear. When they're new, though, they're juicy and you get a lot of glitter coming out of it. There you go. How's that? I know it won't stay on the. I did a lot on that one. A lot more on that one, as you can see. Gives it a lot of glitter. But that's okay. I like that. Maybe go back and add a little more here so it kind of matches. I'm a matchy-matchy person. I'm not one that can have odd numbers. I've got to have them balanced and everything just right. Okay. So you gotta know when to stop, right? So there we go. I think I am done with this. I want a bead or something in that center, some kind of a jewel on my clock. See what I got. I think I like that. You know what? I think I might like gold better. I think I like the gold. Or there's black. Black might stand out a little bit better. I need the smaller one though. There we go. It's always so hard to get one round bead out of a jar. Okay. There we go. I think I'm done. I think you have to know when to quit. When enough is enough, right? And my butterflies, my bicycle. Got a few extra beads down in here I'll have to dump out when it all dries. But other than that, there it is. So my next thing is I've got pumpkin die cuts that I've put in the store. And so I'm going to work on a pumpkin album. So I've got them all covered, and then I'm going to use the Cartabella, what is it? Cartabella Fall Break to decorate this with and put in. I've got a ton of pumpkin patch pictures that I've had with the grandkids over the years. So I'm just trying to figure out the spine, and then we'll go from there. So anyway, there's our decorative wall hanging. I think it turned out very well. I thank you for joining me, Sheila. I hope I have a bigger audience at some point, but just getting back into things, so it'll take some time. You take care, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.